Good morning everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about the third chapter of the Lakshmikant, which is the silent features of the Constitution. If you know little bit about your Constitution or know tiny facts or you have seen it or feel its presence, then you can definitely write this answer very easily. So starting off with the very first feature, that is the lengthiest written constitution in the world. Yes, our Indian constitution is the ever lengthiest written constitution in the world. Presently it has 470 articles and 12 schedules. Right before that, when it was the only beginning, it has around 340 or 360 articles and 8 schedules, if I am not wrong. Right, and presently it has 470 articles and 12 schedules. So why what is the reason behind it? The first reason is basically that we have single constitution for the whole country. Right, before that, in several countries like US and XYZ countries, I don't know, but I'm right. If I am right, then US have a dual polity, or we can say dual constitution system, in which states have separate constitution and the center have separate constitution. But here in India, we have only one constitution, and all the center or the states or provinces have to follow that solo constitution. Right. Second feature is geographical factors. Our geographical factors are different, totally different. From starting off with the Jammu Kashmir, hills of the Jammu Kashmir, from the Kanyakumari and the coastal areas, and we can say the rivers, everything is so diverse that we have to follow different rules and regulation, or the acts for different according to the geographical factors as well. So that is why. Third one is diversity in cultural. Yes, obviously the culture diversity in India is huge. You will see that one state has different culture, in spite of, if they are sharing boundaries, right, in spite of that they have different cultures, they have different traditions, they have different customs, right? So because of that, maybe we have to adopt so many acts, so many articles, so many rules and regulations we have to make, that yes, our constitution is so humongous. Right, after that, coming on to the drawn from various resources. Yes, second most feature of our constitution is that it is drawn from various resources. Like the fundamental rights was taken from the Irish constitution, and the main core area of our constitution was Government of India Act 1935. But despite of that, the fundamental rights were taken from the Irish constitution, in spite also from the American constitution. Yes, in when someone criticizing B.R. Ambedkar when someone criticizing B.R. Ambedkar in the parliament, when he was telling about the constitution, then they were simply taunting B.R. Ambedkar that you have copied all the constitutions, this and that. But then B.R. Ambedkar used a term that is called the ransack. Ransack is basically when we extract something or we adopt some good qualities from someone else. Like if we see a person, right, he has some very good qualities, like he woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So we have to, we should feel that way, that yes, we have to adopt this habit too. Same goes with this way. B.R. Ambedkar says that I have ransacked all the constitutions, all the good qualities of the all over world constitution. Right. Next, or the third feature is blend of rigidity and flexibility. Now, what is this? We have to see that when we have to amend any article, we have to follow a procedure, right? In some constitution, it is very difficult to amend an article, but in here India, we have to pass a majority or special majority act according to the nature of the article. We have to follow that particular provision. So yes, there are complications if we have to amend that particular article, but yes, it is not the impossible that we can't amend any article, right? So there is a blend of flexibility as well as the rigidity. Right. Next one is federal system with unitary bias. Now, what is federal system? Federal system, we all know that federal system is basically related to the when there is center and there is state and there is division of powers between them. This is called the simple federalism, that yes, they have their own powers, they have their own stands on something. But unitary system, we all know that we have to follow a particular nuclear, or we can say there is a center which we have to follow, or there is a center of energy through which everything is derived their energy from. But here in India, we can see that there is federal system also, but with the common motive of unitary bias, that yes, we have to follow all the we can say schemes or all the articles that a center have adopted till now. So there is federalism, but there is a feature which is called the unitary bias. is there. So next one is parliamentary form of government. Yes, we all know there are only two models in all over the world. Either you can follow the parliamentary model or you can follow the prime minister presidential government, right? In the presidential, talking about first of all the presidential, in that the whole some power goes into the hand of the president, right? And he has to, we can say, run the all over the state is here about, I am talking about the country. So all the powers goes into the presidential hand and he can follow or he can do whatever he wants, right? But in the parliamentary system, you are answerable to the general public through the parliament sessions, right? So parliamentary system में क्या होता है? There are two houses like upper house and lower house, and there are executive as well as real nominated, which we public choose, and they goes to the parliament, right? In spite of that, there is majority party rule. Yes, the party which gets the maximum vote in the election, that will rule the country, right? Not exactly rule the country, but they have that is called the ruling party mostly. Next one is dissolution of lower house. Whenever there is a term, whenever there is end of the term, then the lower house get dissolved, but house never get dissolved in this form, right? Next feature is synthesis of parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy. Yes, parliament is sovereign. Parliament is azad in their own way. There is no way that parliament is answerable to any other, we can say, in any other structure of our India or of our, we can say, governance. But here judicial supremacy is there, that yes, we have to follow supreme, we can say, judicial review, or the judicial justice is the supreme. If there is any way that yes, justice is not happening, or in the executive or in the legislature terms as well, then the Supreme Court has right to intervene in it, right? So the judicial supremacy factor is also there. Then after that, talking about the integrity and independent judiciary. Yes, our judiciary system is independent from all the we can say governance structures, right? Judicial system has their own independence. They don't have to follow any majority party rule, or they don't have to follow any other governance structures orders, right? They are free in their own way. Then coming on to the fundamental rights, yes, our constitution has fundamental rights. This is the most lovable feature, because we are getting our own rights. What is the most important thing for a person or a human to get its own rights, right? So there are 6 rights. We all know that: right to equality, right to freedom, right to exploitation, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, and right to constitutional remedies, right to get constitutional remedies. After that, talking about the fundamental duties, yes, this is the most special feature of our constitution. Earlier, when the constitution was making, there was no fundamental duties, but after that, after the I guess emergency of 1980s, when Indira Gandhi proclaim emergency in all over the India, then they felt that the need that they should bring in the fundamental duties also, because if we are giving someone the rights, there should be the obligation or the duties that they need to follow. Okay, then coming on to the secular state. Secular state doesn't mean that it is always in the negative way, right? People are mostly talking about secularism in a negative way, but there are positive way as well. Secular means that our constitution, our country is free of influence of any culture, of any religion, of any caste. Yes, सेक्युलर का मतलब यही है कि हमारी जो कंट्री है वो फ्री है, ठीक है? कोई ऐसा धर्म नहीं है जो हम इस पे इम्पोज कर सकते हैं, कोई ऐसी कास्ट या कल्चर नहीं है जो हम इस पे ब्लंटली इम्पोज कर सकते हैं. इन दी सेम वे जो हम हर धर्म को सम्मान करेंगे, हम हर कास्ट को सम्मान करेंगे, हम हर कम्युनिटी, हर कल्चर को सम्मान करेंगे. सो दिस इज द पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट्स ऑफ सेक्युलरिज्म. देयर इज नो वे that yes, there is negative impacts, but yes, अमेरिका इस चीज को एक नेगेटिव वे में देखता है, बट देयर इज नो वे कि हाँ हम सेक्युलर को नेगेटिव ही बोले. अगर हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स ने इस चीज को इन्वॉल्व किया है इस बीच में, तो काफी कुछ सोच के किया, बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ पे डाइवर्सिटी इतनी है. अगर हम किसी एक धर्म को, एक कम्युनिटी को, एक रिलीजन को, किसी एक कल्चर को प्रेफरेंस देने लग जाएंगे तो बाकी सब पीछे रह जाएंगे. तो इट्स बेटर टू स्टे सेक्युलर, राइट? After that, coming on to the universal adult franchisee. Now, what is universal adult franchisee? Basically, a person above it, a person is basically who is 18 plus have right to give votes to whosoever he consider as a future leaders for ourselves, right? So universal adult franchise is basically leaders are being chosen from the public, by the public, and to the public, right? And after that, coming on to the single citizenship, as I mentioned, US have dual citizenship system, right? They have to follow that they are the citizen of that particular country. Then they have to specially mention that they are citizen of which state. But here there is no dual citizenship. There is only single citizenship, that hey, we are the citizen of India, right? After that, coming onto the independent bodies, yes, we also have some independent bodies like election commission, like UPSC, okay, like SPSC. So these, there are many independent bodies which are free from anyone's govern, from any structure of the governance. It is itself a structure, it is in itself is a pole of governance structure, right? After that, the emergency provisions, yes, there are emergency provisions, but there are several fundamental rights. Usually it is considered when there is an emergency, your fundamental rights is taken away from you, but there is no way, there are some fundamental rights who stays with you in case of any emergency as well. Then three tier government जैसे न्यायपालिका, विधान पालिका, आई एम सॉरी इफ आई एम टॉकिंग इन इंग्लिश, तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, यहाँ पे थ्री टायर सिस्टम भी है, लाइक अभी पंचायत इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ, पंचायत का इंट्रोडक्शन 1992 में हुआ था, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, जिसको बोला गया था रूरल लोकल गवर्नमेंट के नाम से, राइट? सो यहाँ पे थ्री टायर गवर्नमेंट है. After that, coming on to the cooperative societies, yes, this is the very important key features that yes, India accepted cooperative societies as a whole in the structure of the governance. Cooperative societies, in simple terms, अगर मैं आपको बताऊं जिनको नहीं पता cooperative societies क्या होती है, जहाँ पे कोई भी 7 लोग, मिनिमम 7 लोग मिल जाते हैं. पहले 5 था या 7 था, मुझे एग्जैक्टली नहीं है, बट 5 या 7 की कुछ मिनिमम लिमिट होती है. ऐसे लोग मिल जाते हैं और वो क्या करते हैं, वो किसी एक मेन कॉज के पीछे उस चीज को पकड़ के उस चीज को ठीक करने की कोशिश करते हैं विदाउट मेकिंग एनी प्रॉफिट आउट ऑफ इट फॉर देयर पर्सनल यूज. और अगर उस चीज से कोई प्रॉफिट जनरेट भी होता है तो वो उस कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी के फंड्स के साथ ही रहता है, राइट? सो दिस इज कॉल्ड कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज. अगेन कमिंग ऑन टू द क्रिटिसिज्म ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, यहाँ पे जितना ज्यादा बड़ाइयाँ लिखी गई है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की, उतना ही ज्यादा क्रिटिसिज्म भी लिखा गया है. अब बॉर्डर्ड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, बट जब ये वाला कमेंट डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर जी पे पास किया गया था, देन डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर सेड दैट यस, वी हैव ransacked the constitution, the good qualities of each and every constitution in the world. Ransack means that we have adopted all the good qualities from all the constitutions from all over the world. Then a carbon copy of 1935 Act. Yes, we have chosen the base to the Indian Government Act of Government of India Act of 1935. But this is baseless to say that yes, this is the exact carbon copy of 1935. No, it is not. Coming on to the un-Indian or anti-Indian. एज आई मेंशन, कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे तत्व थे उस टाइम पे जो इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस पे उंगलियां उठा रहे थे, और इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस की ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी जब बनी थी उस पर भी उंगलियां उठाई गई थी. उसी के बेसिस पे इसको एंटी इंडियन या अन इंडियन बोला जा रहा है. एंड अन गांधीयन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, यस, बेसिकली महात्मा गांधी जी की जो आइडियोलॉजी थी, वो विचारधारा थी, वो काफी ज्यादा अलग थी. तो जब ये वो विचारधारा पूरी तरह से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में इम्पोज नहीं की जा सकी, कुछ कुछ जगहों पे की भी गई, बट कुछ जगहों पे जब नहीं की जा सकी तो उनके जो प्रतिनिधित्व या उनको जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे उस पार्लियामेंट में, नॉट ऑफिशियली बट उनकी विचारधारा रखने वाले लोग जो उस पार्लियामेंट में प्रेजेंट थे, उन लोगों ने इसको अनगांधीयन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डिक्लेयर कर दिया. एलिफेंट साइज, यस, this is the main we can say criticism. Yes, it is huge, it is humongous in size. Then paradise of lawyers and politicians, as I mentioned in earlier video as well, that yes, there are lawyers and politicians by profession who are maximally present in Indian National Congress. Obviously it is a political party, politicians should be there, and lawyers were there just because Mahatma Gandhi itself wants that yes, there should be lawyers in the party, so that in future there is a need to make the constitution, then we need to take the professional help. So it would be better if the politicians are itself there in the parliament. So we can't say that it is the paradise of the lawyers and the politicians. No, it is not. But yes, we कहीं ना कहीं बेनिफिट हमने देखा है कि कैसे बी आर अम्बेडकर जी की जो नॉलेज थी वो इस चीज में काम आई. right? Hush. So that's all from my side. Hope you guys liked it. पिछली वीडियो के लिए I'm really sorry. I know that video was not that great, but yes, if you have any doubts from that video or this video as well, please comment down below. I would love to take that queries or doubts. So yeah, we will meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye.